It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Health Tuesday on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. Now, as our children transition back into, let's call it the rhythm of school, with the onset of term 2, our attention naturally turns to their overall well-being, or at least that should be one of our main focuses. And among many considerations, ensuring their digestive health remains healthy is paramount. This gets reinforced almost daily on the show, and here to discuss how we as parents can support our children's digestive wellness is pediatrician, one of our favorites, Dr. Anissa Barhead. Doc, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is a funny one. We're going to talk about our tummies and how regular we are. Now, we're going to talk about the regularity of our kids, and it's important to talk about this, not to have these kind of sacred cows in this space, because so much of your health and wellness begins with the health of your gut.
Yes,
And getting the right kind of fiber, getting the right kind of balance there is vital. Why is this such an important element of a child's health?
So if we're looking at the research, we always go for us doctors into the research, and if we're looking at brain development and child's health, there's a huge correlation in helping, and specifically with a high fiber diet. So that's going to really help your child grow into that adult that we really want to be. So starting off young is very important, especially with getting the right diet, and especially high fiber diets. That's going to help overall.
And setting the tone. Because you're kind of teaching them how to eat and look after their body and kind of manifest their own health. When we move into term 2 now, obviously things get shaken up again. Diet changes just a little bit. Maybe anxiety attached to that. A couple of things are changing. What are the major effects on digestion for our little ones as we go back to school?
So we're seeing term 2, it's always exam term. So everyone is already panicking from that first school.
You just gave me a stomach ache now, come on.
And everyone's having anxiety already about what's going to come up and lead up to it. So we're seeing a lot of functional bowel issues. So a lot of the constipations, irritable bowel syndromes, but the general tummy aches. I don't want to go to school because my tummy's sore, Mom. So we kind of, there's a bit of a balance about it, but we're finding if there's a lot of big tummy aches, it's persisting, there's something that's just affecting overall appetite, we're starting to go, maybe something else sinister's going on.
You know, when we talk about the younger kids, yes, it becomes an easy get-out-of-jail-free card to get out of school, and then you start to learn a lot about your child in that space, okay, when they're on and when they're kind of pushing that boundary. But as children become young people and you're writing exams, you're going into these high-pressure stages, the last thing you need is your tummy not to be working effectively. Why can it have such a hectic knock-on effect, especially in kind of older, younger people?
So we're looking at essentially from looking at that kind of from bowel issues, we're looking at absorbing the vitamins, we're looking at getting your kind of helping with your concentration.
The stuff that the brain needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your brain needs all of those natural vitamins, needing to absorb all of those good proteins and vegetables, but we need to make sure that we're actually growing as well. So especially if you start losing your appetite and you start losing your growth, it's going to affect your overall health, and then what's going to happen? Your child's not going to go to school all the time. So this is where we need to kind of get on top of making sure that they're getting a good overall diet, getting up with making sure that they're actually concentrating properly at school so that they can actually do well at school.
Benefit from all of that, that resource. How do we get that right? What does the right kind of food look like?
So right kind of food is kind of having a good base, and this is where high fiber, okay, so making sure you're getting a good amount of beans, getting a good amount of vegetables, the green veggies, the broccoli. Green,
yeah.
And then we're going to have a good balance of proteins and fruit. Okay, so I always say make sure you've got a good basic breakfast, okay? Your breakfast, that's your good baseline for the day. If you've got a high fiber diet, that's going to keep your overall appetite going for the whole day, but also maintain your sugar levels during the day. And then you start having your little snackies in between, because kids love snacking. So if you've got your big base at in the morning and then have your little snacks during the day, you'll be able to kind of maintain a good kind of overall diet throughout the day.
Do you have maybe one piece of advice for parents that are struggling to integrate the high fiber, integrate this kind of notion of gut health with their little ones?
So kids love visual kind of things. So for your
100%.
snacks, so try and kind of have a good variety, kind of have a good amount of colors, shapes, and make that lunchbox look appealing. Don't have that plain white bread.
Let them help you make the lunchbox.
Let them help, exactly. So kind of make it a bit more visually appealing.
I love that. Let them get invested in the process as well, and maybe you'll both improve your gut health.
Exactly.
I love that. Thank you so much. This conversation does go up and down, and maybe that's a good place to start, is ask for their advice on how you can be a bit more healthy. I love the fact that we get you to plug into whenever we talk about these things. Thank you so much. This is the joy of my job. I get to get it straight from the source. Now, the bottom line is why I was joking about not having any sacred cows in this space. When you need help, you need it fast. And what I love about our partner through this journey, Microlax, works from 5 to 15 minutes. It'll get going, and that's versus the oral treatment, which can take between 2 and 72 hours to be effective, according to how difficult that system is. And reliable and effective relief from occasional constipation is something that really does matter if you're affected by it. This is easy to use, it's easy to administer, it's not like a regular enema, you don't have to be scared of it, and especially your child doesn't have to be. And I love the fact that this is suitable for adults and for babies, the elderly and young babies, most susceptible to constipation, in fact. And Microlax is suitable and convenient for both, and then all of us in between. They are in our corner. So wave goodbye to any concerns about your child's digestive health and get ready to help them just achieve so much more, be a better, more energetic version of themselves to tackle the next school term. Absolutely love it. And of course, we need to put some food in that belly as well occasionally, and it helps if it is extremely delicious. But Doc, I'm going to say thank you so much for doing what you do every day. I'm realizing more and more that so many of our health issues and concerns start with the health and the balance in our gut. If you can get that right at a young age, you are setting your child off literally on a lifelong journey to well-being. So get it right from the start.